Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, July 26th, 2016, Amar'e Stoudemire retired with the New York Knicks. July 26th is a very special date for New York. New York turned 228 years old yesterday, the same day Amar'e retired with the team from New York. He was a member of the Miami Heat. He signed an agreement to get traded back to the Knicks just for this special retirement on this very special day to New York. And New York is a Jewish Zionist Mecca. While Amar'e Stoudemire was in the NBA in the year 2010, he discovered his Jewish roots and went back to Israel and then said he became a much more spiritual person. What I want people to see is that the NBA is run by Jewish people who do things by the numbers. As I've continued to expose, the NBA is a scripted league, a dishonest league, a rigged league, and it is rigged entirely around numbers. If you did not see my work on predicting the NBA Finals the last 2 seasons, please go back and watch that. I've been talking about the Zionist Jewish ownership over the NBA several times. And this is another prime example, another ritual by the numbers. So Amar'e Stoudemire has retired after 14 seasons. The word end equals 14. A couple weeks ago, I predicted that the Cleveland Indians win streak would end at 14 games. It did. Lots of things end at 14 because the word end in gematria sums to 14. Gematria is a Jewish practice of coding numbers into words. With regards to the date New York's established, it's a very interesting date. This entire nation, the United States of America, is based on the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy at the end of the Bible. The original capital, Philadelphia, is named from Revelation. The capital went from Philadelphia to New York to Washington, D.C. All 3 cities with major Revelation connections, which I've covered in other videos. Washington equals Revelation. Philadelphia named from Revelation. New York has major Revelation connections through its name and establishment date. Notice that July 26, 726, is just like Revelation in English gematria. And Revelation in simple English gematria is 121. New York's date of establishment is a date also with numerology of 121. It's also a date with 39 numerology, and in the Bible, there's the Old Testament that the Jews go by, which is 39 books, and Revelation is based on the 39 books of the Old Testament. With regards to Amar'e Stoudemire, he began his career in Arizona, retires a New York Knick. Arizona and New York are the only 2 states with 39 gematria. Remember, after September 11th, the attacks in D.C. and New York, the World Series was Arizona versus New York. And I don't think that was any coincidence. I think that was one of these tributes by the numbers. New York in simple English gematria, the abbreviation NY ends the 14th letter, Y the 25th, N plus Y is also 39. The United Nations in New York's 39 floors tall. A whole lot of 39 in New York. So here's, the Jewish sports reporter for ESPN, Darren Rovell, who always has all the money details, contract details. Look at this stat he puts up about Amar'e after his retirement. He made $181,476 per game played in his career. That was his average salary per game. The NBA, an 82-game season. So multiply that times 82 for how much money he made a year. Some players make that much money a half. It's amazing how much money is given to these athletes who play in these rigged games that serve as distractions for the men of this world. If you do the math on that, the amount of games he played, 924 times 181,476, it sums to 167,683,824. Notice it's in the 167 million, supposedly how much he made over his career. If you're new to my channel, I've made this same comment 1,000 times. These professional athletes, so often the amount of money they make matches their name gematria, which makes me wonder if they're even really getting paid. Amar'e Stoudemire sums to 167, just like the amount in millions he made for his career, supposedly. What else is interesting about 167 is it's the 39th prime number, the number special to New York, who he retired with on a special date. New York turned 228 years old. I should mention that United States of America equals 228. Special number. Martin Luther King Jr. equals 228, dead at age 39. Think about Black History Month, which ends February 28th, 2/28. Anyhow, here's the New York 39 again. New York 39, the abbreviation 39, the word empire equals 39. It's the Empire State. Date of establishment 39. The first governor of New York was George Clinton. George equals 39. He was born in 1739. The United Nations there, 39 floors tall. Again, the Jews go by the 39 books in the Old Testament. New York, sometimes said to be Jew York. This is a Masonic, Zionist, Jew-owned nation, and one of their meccas is New York City. This article from 2010 about Amar'e Stoudemire going over to Israel. We'll watch a little video clip from that trip. Notice the date of this news, July 28th, 2010, a date with a life lesson number of 38. Jew equals 38. This is a story about Amar'e Stoudemire discovering that he's a Jew. As I've said many times, in Revelation it says the false Jews will rule in the end times. Those are the Zionist Jews. If you read the Bible, it's clear who the real Jews are. They're the black people of the world. So Amar'e Stoudemire, yes, he likely really is a Jew, and so are many other black people in this world who don't know. He went over there on the 28th day of the month. Israel equals 28. He did this just before his 28th birthday. In fact, he did it exactly 111 days before his birthday, which is November 16th. Let me just show you this real quick. I meant to put this up on the slide for you to see. New York equals 111 in simple English gematria, 39 Pythagorean. The date he went to Israel was exactly 111 days before his birthday. Again, New York, Israel, Zionism, Judaism. 7/28/2010 to his birthday, November 16th, 2010, where he turned 28 years old, 111 days. Left on the 28th day of the month, Israel equals 28. See how this comes together? Here's another Jewish reporter for ESPN writing about Amar'e Stoudemire. Maybe he'll play in China or Israel. Here's Amar'e's birthday, November 16th, 1982. He's 33 years old. The Zionist state of Israel began with a 33-member vote in favor of creating the state through the United Nations. This year, he announces his retirement exactly 113 days before his birthday. Mainstream equals 113, dishonest equals 113, and Bava Kama 113a, it says that it's okay for a Jew to lie to somebody who isn't Jewish. Think about Amar'e Stoudemire participating in this NBA, which is rigged, deceiving all the fans, stealing their time, energy, money. His life lesson number, Amar'e, is 47, the first NBA championship in the year 47, the same year Israel was recognized as a nation. November 29th, 1947, the 333rd day of the year by a 33-member vote from the United Nations. All this is from yesterday, July 26th. Think about how he went from the Miami Heat to New York. Two very Jewish places. The NBA's Amar'e Stoudemire announced his retirement as a player in the National Basketball Association today after signing with the New York Knickerbockers for his final contract in the league. Let's close out with this short clip from his visit in 2010 after discovering he was Jewish. Here we go, Truth Seeker.
Church that you see here, this used to be a church. Now you see this window here?
I wanted to study history. I wanted to study a lot of coaches, and here with the Holy Lands where the culture actually started. I want to connect myself with it and really see what it's all about.
This is the idea of the Romans. This is how the Romans and Greek people used to treat themselves.
Called Dead Sea Mineral Oil. Supposed to help out with all injuries, prevent injuries. I'm doing this for the New York Knicks, man. Hopefully I never receive an injury again. Mr. Dolan, this for you, baby. It's been something I've been planning on doing for the past 4 summers. And each summer there's been an obstacle that didn't allow me to go. So I think now is a great opportunity for me to come visit the Holy Land, and it's been great. I'm a spiritual person, so coming here really connecting myself with the spirituality of the culture and the culture in itself. Definitely going to study more and really focus on staying connected to the Jewish people.
So there it was. Fitting a Roger Mason Jr. video comes up. Remember, Judaism, Masonry, linked at the hip, and these are the powers that run the NBA, the world of pro sports. You saw him wearing the shirt with the U.S. flag and the Zionist flag. Think about the Star of David, as they call it, also the Seal of Solomon, something that's been on our currency since before the Zionist state of Israel was recognized. It's because the United States of America was established by this same Masonic gang, this same Jewish gang that's been running the show all along. Jerusalem, Gematria of 32. America, Gematria of 32. Notice there's a USA in the middle of Jerusalem. None of this is coincidence. So just wanted to show why Amar'e Stoudemire retired July 26th. These are the people who sell out their fans for millions of dollars, and perhaps Amar'e was told, you know what, you're Jewish. It's okay. It's okay to lie to these goy. It's what they call the non-Jews, the derogatory term, the goy. Until next time, truth seeker.